So in this video, I'm going to talk about the second example of the law of sine using the law of sine. And we talked about the law of sine in the last video. And if there is a triangle, if there's a sine, let's say sine of 26, the law of sine, using law of sine, it is opposite over the sine of 26 is equal to, let's say sine of 122, 8 over sine of 122, and this was the law of sine right over here. And this is a second example of the law of sine, and first of all, I'm going to call this length x, and I'm going to call this length y, and I'm going to call this length as an h. And let's solve problems, and let's use law of sine at first, and it is, if it is 26 degrees, we want to find this length AB, so it is x over the sine of 26. I need to write a little bit right side because we don't have space. X over sine of 26 is equal to let's see, 100. We know the value of 8, so we need to use sine of 122. It's equal to 8 over the hypotenuse, which is opposite, which is hypotenuse, which is equal to sine of 122. And we made an equation here. And we can multiply sine of 26 in order to find this length x. We can multiply our right here, sine of 26. And we also need to multiply sine of 26 here in order to keep it equal. So sine of 26. And if we simplify this equation, this will cancel out. And in the left side, you will gonna be left with x is equal to sine of 26 times sine of 122 and 8. We can write it as sine of 122 in the numerator, 8 times sine of 26, but we can just leave 8 here because I want to keep sine of 26 in the numerator, like denominator, sine of 26. And we are finished with the simplifying the answer. And I already calculated this answer, which is 8 times sine of 26 over sine of 122 is approximately 4.1, because in the question it says round to the nearest tenth place. But if you guys want to type this in the calculator, you need to make it into degree mode. And let's copy and paste these expressions right over here. And so we can figure out that this is approximately 4.1. And so I'll write down here first. We use sine of law, and x, which is x is approximately 4.1. And we're done. And I'm going to review the steps right over here. And in the first steps, we labeled all the sides for our convenience, to make it more convenient. And we didn't have to find this angle because we can just solve it with the given angles and given lengths. And I'll write down here again, x is approximately 4.1. And in the second step, we talked about the law of sine again, and we tried to isolate x, which is AB, what we wanted to find in the second step. And we finally isolated x in left side, and we were left with this final equation. With this final equation, x is equal to 8 times sine of 26 over sine of 122, we could have write like x, right here, we could have write that x is equal to 8 times sine of 26, sine of 26 over the sine of 122. But the reason why I wrote like this equation is because I want to leave numerator and denominator into sine and leave 8 here to be better. And this equation is not wrong either, but I rather prefer writing like these equations. And we finally got the answer that we approximately 4.1 because the sine is sine, and this is just an approximate value right over here. It's kind of an infinite number. And we finally got the answer with the 4.1 that we wanted to define. And we talked about law of sine today. And this was crazy mess. And please subscribe to my video.